Hello and welcome to Lucas Oil Stadium. I am Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins. Colts win today, 38-30. Their playoff hopes are still alive. They need so much help that it's not really a point to talk about the playoff hopes right now. But a game for Jonathan Taylor, 1 week after the worst mistake of his career, you get one of his better performances of his career.
Yeah, 218 yards, 3 touchdowns, touchdown runs of 65 and 70 yards in there. This was vintage. This was like the Jonathan Taylor when I first got here in 2021, and they were running all over the Bills and the Patriots. And ever since then, it's been either injuries for him, offensive line issues. Today, it all kind of came together. The tight ends blocked really well. They got Ryan Kelly back. They just seem to lean into that more than they ever have. I mean, at one point, they were in 12 plays in a row. It's like they finally kind of got to a point where they said, our identity, our strength is running the ball. And it was impressive. Titans have a pretty solid defense, and they were just ran all the way through them.
Yeah, it's been something this season. They've had games where they tried to run it. The Jets game comes to mind and weren't super successful with it. Outside of Richardson, there was a stretch there in the middle where JT was really struggling to find yardage. I think the offensive line issues probably have something to do with that.
Yeah, for sure. And Jonathan Taylor brings that up a lot. Just so many in and out linemen, and they just felt like they were close on a couple runs that, you know, if one more thing happens, it breaks them free. And it's easy to hear that when they, to say that in the moment, but then they backed it up. And it's really 2 straight weeks of that where it gets lost because of the drop ball. But that was a 40-yard touchdown last week in Denver, and then 65 and 70 this week. Like this is the best version of him, and it's also the best version of them when they have that offensive line. They have Anthony Richardson adding to the run game. There's a lot of other issues on this team, but the run game part of it right now feels about as strong as anything they've had in a couple of years.
Yeah, one piece that gets lost is you're not going to be able to run like that in every game. You might be able to run like that the rest of the way because they face the Giants and the Jaguars next.
Yeah, and that's, they got to control what they can control, as they love to tell us, and so win those 3 games, and who knows, then they need some help to get into the playoffs. But eventually, like, if they're going to be a playoff team, obviously they have to find a passing game. But it would be a big weapon to have that kind of a run game in some of these cold December, January playoff games if they can ever get there. So it was at least a taste of something to hope for.
Colts get the win. They're still in the playoff race. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Joel A. Erickson, Nate Atkins here at the Indy Star.
We just need to get the win. For me, like I said, something like that last week that's something that's not common for me, and a mishap, something that it'll never happen again. But we just need to get the win. We got to keep that goal in sight. It's a chance. It's slim, but it's a chance.
Yeah, just not surprised, but I guess a little surprised because that was just crazy. I was expecting him to bounce back, but that was amazing, and just love JT and appreciate the work he puts in day in and day out.
It's definitely a big win for us. Obviously division opponent, and obviously the obvious. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to fight to get into the playoffs, and we have to win out. And we did it today.
That's amazing, man. I know he's been looking to have one of these type of games all year. I know our O-line's been looking to be able to help him out like that, but just seeing it happening is just surprising because, that guy's really good. So I'm glad we were able to make that happen for him.
Yeah, I was going to say it's complementary football. That's something that we've been trying to work on all season long. So somebody got to make a play to put the offense in the right position to go get points. Thankfully, it was on the plus side of the 50, so we already had 3 at that point. I believe so. And then just to have that play where, JD can walk in like that is awesome.
I mean, there's nothing harder than, being a competitor for so long in this league and then watching, your team go out there and ups and downs. I mean, it's tough to be a part of, on the sideline. You don't want to be out there, and to get back out there today and, still feel like I'm taking the training wheels off a little bit, being a little rusty, but it's just going to be out there with the guys. I mean, that's really what I think we play this game for, certainly for wins, but what makes it really special is being around the guys in this room. Been with these guys for a long time now, and just couldn't say enough about this team and how much fun we're having.
Obviously, would love to finish better, but to get a team win right there against a division opponent is huge. With 2 games left, I thought offensively, running the football, 335 on the ground was phenomenal. Great job by the guys up front. JT hitting the home runs, obviously Anthony as well, but everyone being involved, the tight ends, the receivers blocking, was huge.